Hey guys, what's going on? A quick video today. Wanted to do a follow-up to a video I did last week, I think, where I talked about Shutterstock and the way they changed things 3 weeks into June under the new pricing schedule. I wanted to do a little bit of an update, plus share some other thoughts that I've had because I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube concerning this subject, and I've got some other things I want to share with you. So that's my plan today, short and sweet, but I think we'll have some informative things to share with you guys, so thanks for sticking around. First thing I want to do is show you guys some images that have been selling recently. Some of them have been around for a while, sold for the first time. Some of them are newer things that I've shot recently. And I have to be honest with you guys, I am super encouraged that the photo shoots that I've been doing in the last 2 or 3 months, those images are selling, which to me says I'm going in the right direction, producing images that are going to sell. Because it's pretty disheartening to produce a bunch of images and spend a lot of time doing it, and then they just sit there and don't ever sell. So that's a good thing, and I'm excited about that. Okay, so let's go straight into the Shutterstock thing. Yes, they changed the pricing and the way they pay out the royalties to the contributors, and I know a lot of people are not very happy about it. I myself have seen a lot of the sales go down. I'm making less per sale, but overall, my June it wasn't horrible. I don't usually compare this June to last June necessarily, because my experience with the stock photography over the years is it seems to trend up and down. I can remember when I had probably 3 times the income from stock with half the number of sales. Stock photography just doesn't do what it used to do for whatever reason. I'm not sure what it is. But I don't usually go back and look exactly what happened last June compared to this June. But what I do usually watch and compare is how it's done over the last 12 months. What I can say about June sales is that they were higher than 5 other months over the course of the last year. So I guess that would be that there were 6 or 7 months that had higher sales than June, but there were 5 that had lower sales. So all in all, for me, it kind of fell in the middle. I don't know if that's because sales were just down. I don't know if that was just because they were paying me less. I don't know. So we'll see. I know that in January, when everybody goes back to level 1, it could be very different. But for now, June was kind of the same for me. Kind of right there in the middle, at least. I do have in my notes here a guy that I read about. He made a comment or something on another video where he said June of 2019, he made $111. June of 2020, he made $125, but his portfolio was twice as big this year as it was last year. So I think he had a negative thought about all that because he had twice as many images, but he only made a little bit more money. Again, I said this before, but my take on it is that sales are going down a little bit. Like I said, I had probably 3 times the income in stock that I do now with half as many images on my portfolio as I now currently have. So are the glory days of stock photography over? I certainly don't think so, and I certainly hope not, because I love doing stock photography. It's an amazing way to create your own images and sell them. So I'm hoping that it's not changed. I just see that we need to do some adjusting. So a couple of thoughts just to kind of look back in history to kind of prove that we need to do some adjusting. I can tell you that as a film shooter, and I did make up my living as a film photographer for a lot of years, and I even did stock photography in those days. The industry went from film to digital, and microstock agencies started popping up and selling digital images for 25 cents. I can tell you there was great outrage in the photo industry amongst film shooters saying, why in the world would we give our images away for 25 cents? And most film stock photographers bowed out. We're not doing that. They were used to royalties of $500, $1,000, whatever it was. It was a lot. And they weren't even remotely going to think about selling it for a quarter. But what ended up happening is a lot of other people who maybe never made a dime as a photographer started taking snapshots at the beach or doing whatever, sending them in, and they were getting a quarter for an image. They were thrilled to get paid 500 times a month at a quarter, and the industry just moved on without the professionals. So right, wrong, or indifferent, I don't know. I'm just saying there's one of the things in history that, you know, times changed and professional photographers were going to get left behind, or they were going to adjust and keep going. Another story that I can remember is I remember when digital photography became very popular, and one of the things digital photography did was made professional photography accessible to everybody. You didn't really have to be good at lighting or exposures. You know, they were making amazing cameras that you just point, shoot, and the camera would do most of the work. And if the camera didn't do 100% of the work, you just bring it into Photoshop, pull a few sliders, and you've got this beautiful photograph that everybody was amazed by. And I remember reading about a wedding photographer who had just gotten into photography. Within 3 years of becoming, you know, ever picking up a camera, this person was like in the lists of like the top 10 wedding professionals in the world, or maybe in America, but I mean, very elite. Their photography wasn't great, it was decent, but the change that was happening is this person was phenomenal at marketing themselves. Great with social media, blogs, and whatever all they did, very good at marketing themselves, and, you know, was now considered one of the elites. But as a photographer, their talent wasn't great. So again, just another random rant, I guess, on my part to say, you know, things change and we are forced to kind of roll with it and adjust and navigate the terrain, I guess. Now, I've watched a lot of videos of different people giving their opinions about the Shutterstock royalties and how they're deactivating their accounts and stuff, and I respect that. I'm not telling anybody that they're wrong to do that. If that's how you feel you need to handle this, by all means, go for it. I might be there with you at some point. I don't know. I'm not there just yet. That day may come. I don't know. So I totally respect that. If that's what you feel you should do, go for it. I will be watching these channels to see how it works out for them, keeping my eye on the whole thing. So that's just my 2 cents. But I'm going to leave you with this. As far as adjusting to the times and going with the flow, so to speak, I'm sure that I've showed these images in videos before, but I did these bride and groom cake toppers with the masks on their face. These images have sold quite well lately. Probably some of the top viewed and downloaded images that I've produced recently. So I found a few of them, how they're being used. I will show you them here. And as always, I greatly appreciate you guys watching the channel. Please comment, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever floats your boat. As long as you hit that subscribe button, I don't care. You guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.